I don't know if you ever heard of that, the French formula. You can date someone half your age plus 7. The idea being that any younger than that, and it's considered creepy. Well, I don't know if you know what that originated from. Basically, like for French nobility, half your age plus 7 was the oldest you could date without being perceived as a fucking loser. Like, and again, not a lot of people know that. When you're not good at socializing, when you're not able to go to a party where you don't know anyone and just boom, bang on, strike up conversation with people. If they're in the right headspace, you know how to put forth invitations that are likely to be accepted. You know how to navigate the process. It's second nature to you, where you're not even doing anything. To the outside observer, it probably doesn't even look like you're doing anything. It just looks like you're going up and being cool. Yet, this person somehow magically has this ability to very consistently meet people, strike connections up, and go home with them or go elsewhere with them for them to then subsequently steal butt plugs from their house by taking it home in their ass. It's funny, too, because I had an assistant at the time. He was a Marine. And I said, Kyle, does this constitute stolen valor? And he said, no, she earned it. I was like, yeah, to be fair, she did. So point being, if you don't have the ability to do that very consistently, yeah, it fucking sucks. It's like saying, oh, money's not important. Money's not important. Happiness is what's important. Fulfillment and happiness is what's important. Okay, cool. But if you can't pay your fucking bills, it's going to be very, very difficult. If you don't have a baseline of competence or, whatever area it is, if you don't have that baseline, then yes, it's this constant refrigerator hum in the background of annoyance, nagging at you, keeping you up at night. I'm a piece of shit, particularly with something like dating, because it has a lot to do with your self-image of attractiveness, of how you were raised, of, again, cultural expectation. It fucking sucks. But once you have it, for me to look at somebody who's like my age and who's like going out trying to like scam hoes in the bar like every other night, it's kind of fucking pathetic. Unless with the notable exception of somebody who perhaps has just gotten out of a long-term, they just got divorced or something like that, and they need to kind of get back into the game and stuff like that and get back into the dating pool. But you need to have this shit handled by now. And if you don't, you better, look, to be fair, wherever you're at, there you are. If for whatever reason you somehow manage to arrive in your middle age without having handled this, well, there's no better time to start than now, right? And you don't want to recriminate and look back and be like, I should have done it. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Or as they say, I believe the colloquial expression in Germany is hätte, hätte, Fahrradkette, which means whatever bicycle chain or something like that, which I don't know. But point being, start where you're at. There's no time like the present. But okay, so insofar as let's say you are in that position and you want to improve your social skills, there are going to be a couple of things to bear in mind. Like, number one, physically, can you weather the toll? So I'm fucking 49 years old. I'm literally in the best shape I've ever been in my entire life. I have ripped abs. I can see my abs without flexing. I weigh more than I ever have. Well, at the lowest body fat, I'm probably 12% body fat. So they're not like shredded up ice cube tray on my fucking abdomen, but you can fucking see them. Point being, why did I do that? First of all, for personal health. You've probably seen this, and I do a lot of work with posture, and one of the concepts from Alexander technique is something called debauched kinesthetic appreciation, which means that many people are completely unaware of how they carry themselves through space, of their particularly with the head, neck, torso relationship. And if you see old people, like people in their 70s, late 60s, 70s, 80s, you've probably seen people on the street like this, where they look like a fucking monster. They look like some kind of gremlin. Or like a goblin from fucking Dungeons and Dragons or some shit. Their neck is all fucked. They're hunched over. They can barely walk without some kind of odd. Now, maybe they had an injury or something. That's beside the point. But I'd say a lot of these people, they've just disregarded their physical body. In fact, I wouldn't even say disregarded. There's completely oblivious to their physical well-being for decades and decades. And then they, again, devolve into this creature Now, if you're like in your 40s, you're trying to go out, you better not be a fucking creature. You better not have devolved into like a shapeless lump of pork fat who's now out there trying to slick back his fucking comb over. Hey, ladies. Like, bro. Nah. So number one, you had best put a premium on your physical well-being, okay? If you want to go out and learn this stuff at like a, at an attenuated age, let's just say. That's number one. Number two, again, if you are some old dude who's trying to talk to some like fucking 22-year-old at like some sorority bar, you need to understand that many of those people are going to price you out of the market right the fuck away. They're going to be like, ew, why are you preying on me? You 40, I'm 20. But yeah, keep your physical being up and like, and understand that some people are just going to price you out of the market. Now, the corollary to that is many will not. Many will not, provided you, again, you are, let's just say the margin for error becomes less. If your game is fucking like pimpalicious, fucking sick rockstar man, then you're going to have more of a margin for error. But even with that, you need to take pains to like maximize all of their channels of presentation. Like, look, I was at a wedding the other week, and some chick like that was in the wedding party came up to my girlfriend. She's like, "Oh my God, your boyfriend's so fucking hot. He looks like James Bond." And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even fucking hot. You know what it is? It's I'm well dressed. I'm well groomed. And when I say I'm well groomed, I don't mean like some metrosexual way. It's like I know how to fucking like make my teeth clean and like comb my fucking hair. And well-dressed, and I don't smell bad. Well-dressed, well-groomed, and in shape. Like, in shape will fix, like, 90% of your fucking... Not in terms of interaction, but just, like you can wear a potato sack, and it'll look fucking good. Okay? But again, I prioritize that not to, like, impress other people, but to remain healthy so I can, like, live a long life and be functional and active. But it has, you know, it tends to have these spillover benefits as well. You know, and are you saying looks max? Have you gone red pill, Jeff? Well, no, because I've seen plenty of guys on my dude, bro. I've seen countless fucking dudes come on the program. Like, I remember one time I was in New York and I had 3 guys, and there was like guy number 1, 6'2", corn-fed fucking white boy from Iowa, fucking jacked, handsome motherfucker, Chad McGee. Guy number 2, dude from like Atlanta, fucking also 6'2", maybe 6'3", black dude, fucking very well dressed, jacked as well. Guy number 3 had flown over from Pakistan, and he was like 5'3", like 115 pounds, soaking fucking wet, severe accent, like severe, like from like a stereotype parody. And guess what happened? Guess who had success? I mean, I you know where this is going. Fucking Chad McGee and fucking Darnell or whatever, they're fucking choding it up because their self-image will not allow them to get rejected by people. Like these are the guys that stand there and just, you know, they've been able to rely on like people just like coming up to them and getting approach invitation and things like that. But it out of that situational confidence zone, they're fucked. Totally fucked. Completely shut down. Utterly paralyzed by anxiety, can't even take action. Meanwhile, this little fucker running around like a chicken with his head cut off. And like, dude, I remember he actually like pulled some chick who was like arguing with her boyfriend. He's like, "This is dream. I cannot believe pimp daddy boy. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, he came to see if it was real. It was real. And moreover, it was real for him. Right. So again, I'm not like looks Max McGee here, but you do want to maximize all channels, particularly as you get older. FYI, if anyone's going to be in New York City, I'm going to be there as well this very weekend. I got a little boot camp going on. February 14th, aka Valentine's Day, Owen and I are going to be down in San Diego, California. And then I'm going out to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. I got a 5-day program that I run there. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and culminating on Fat Tuesday. In order to gain and garner a noticeably improved level of social intelligence, one must have a massive repetition of social interaction.
The live program is really good for taking action and solidifying certain lessons into yourself. Like it's in your nervous system. It's impossible not to learn something. You're gonna walk away from this program, there's gonna be something a lot different about you. I watched, these guys on YouTube for years, and I sat around with great intentions. I had good intentions all day, and it did nothing. I stayed the same. When I went and started taking good actions, not only did I have external results that started to change, my perception of myself started to shift. Nothing's going to shift with good intentions. It's only going to shift with good actions. Thank you, Jeffy. I'm excited for the future, and I'm excited to just keep trying to grow on this journey. Thank you so much.